Hello everyone and welcome back to more Football Manager 2019 with me, Mr. Grand 2, and episode 27 of Monaco. And it's, well, the final Champions League group stage match today, once again against Dynamo Kiev. Let's just remind ourselves of the situation in the group. After last time we did beat Benfica, and so we find ourselves on 8 points. We're in second place in the group, 2 points off Benfica, but just one ahead of Fenerbahce. Whatever happens, we will be still in Europe, but we need a win really to guarantee ourselves a spot in the knockout round. Anything less than that, and if Fenerbahce can get a result against Benfica, which isn't out of the question, we will be heading into the Europa League. If you direct your eyes towards the left, you will see that we find ourselves still just 1 point behind PSG in second place in League A. It's gone rather well since last time. We've not played all that many games, just the three in fact, but 3 wins on the bounce and 3 clean sheets, which is a rare occurrence for us this season. A 2-0 win against Reims coming up first of all. Skov and Balde with the goals there. Then a 1-0 win against Stade Rennais. Matthias de Ligt with a late header to give us the 3 points, and then a 3-0 win against Strasbourg Alsace. You can see from that I have played a full strength side in those for the most part. That's potentially a risk given the fixture congestion we've got. And with that in mind, we will be playing a rotated side in the league match that we're going to play today against Troy. But I think it made sense. I wanted to string some wins together, get some good momentum, and to have 3 clean sheets in a row, which I think is the longest we've gone without conceding all season. And we have had a couple of clean sheets. We had 2 in a row there against Montpellier and Dynamo Kiev, but that's actually it. Otherwise, I mean, we're not shipping loads and loads of goals, but it's just sloppy play that's been kind of letting us down. We've not really looked at the old bank balance for a while, but 60 million in there, doing relatively well considering the massive outlay on Patrick Schick, and financial fair play is looking very, very healthy. The days of season 1 and the start of season 2 where it was looking constantly sketchy, constantly red, seem to be gone. Projected to have a 72 million surplus, which is nice to see indeed. So we are at full strength, really, for the visit to Kiev for this one. We know how dangerous Dynamo Kiev can be. We can't underestimate them at all. So Lafont is going to be in goal. Mendy is going to be at left back. Sidibe has come back in at right back, and he's done very, very well. Our coaches think that Henriks is better, but in terms of consistency, in terms of defensive performances, defensive solidity, Sidibe's clearly better, and he's going to stay in there for now. Martinez and De Ligt are beginning to form a pretty solid partnership, which is exactly what I wanted. I think that going forwards, they have the potential to be one of the all-time great centre-back partnerships, assuming no one comes in and tries to buy them. But Balde on the left, Skov on the right, of course. Rabiot and Tielemans in the middle. These two are kind of a little bit lacking this season. I've been playing Hendricks a little bit, but we'll go with these two for now. Golovin, his average rating is dreadful, but he's kind of not been awful. He's sort of been quite steady recently, so he keeps his place there. And Schick is going to be up front. Not many goals for him recently, but hopefully he can get one today. Now, interestingly, Kiev are not starting Jovetic. Doesn't seem to be having the best time of things in Ukraine. Hopefully we can show him what he was missing. Oh, early chance for us. It's come out to Tielemans. Skov with a whipped shot round. Doesn't find the target this time. Oh, it's Kiev coming forwards. It's come out to Gonzalez on the right-hand side. Flicks the ball across and cleared just off the line. Very, very sketchy from us there. But it's all Kiev at the moment. Flicked header in from a corner. Lafont claims. And possible opportunity for us to break him. Mendy's in a lot of space. He's found Schick. Schick goes through. Great shot from him, but Boyko makes a fine save down to his left-hand side, right-hand side from his point of view. Golovin from the corner. No, it come out to Rabiot. And looks like it's going to be one of those pointless highlights. In the second half, hopefully we can find some sort of breakthrough. As things stand, we will be going through. Fenerbahce are not beating Benfica. In fact, they are losing. So Scott with the free kick flicked towards penalty area. It's come out to Golovin, and it's a chance to break for Kiev. Verbic has been stopped, though. There's not really much action in this one at all. Very, very few highlights. Gonzalez playing with his back towards goal. Punted forwards, and Mendy has to be careful here. He is. De Ligt looking for a ball forwards. Sidibe's come inside. He's gone out to Skov in that dangerous position. Flicks it across. It's come to Rabiot. Nothing doing. and it looks like a penalty. Zambrona has fouled Balde, who's going to take the penalty he's just won, and he does score and put us 1-0 up, and, well, into a good position to reach the Champions League knockout round here. We're not going to win the group, I don't think. Benfica have done too much for us this time around, and despite the fact that I said it was an easier group than last year, it's been a lot more of a problem for us to qualify than that was. I think we can probably rest a little bit easy because Fenerbahce don't look like they're going to overturn Benfica's lead anytime soon. So even if we do end up losing this one, we should still be heading through. Let's come out to Scov on the right hand side. Last highlight, flicks the ball in, nothing doing. Both teams put on an absolute treat of a spectacle, it said there. I didn't really see much of that, or at least the game didn't consider much of that to be key. Very few highlights, but one goal from a penalty is all we needed and all we got, and we do win, and we do safely go through into the knockout stages. Benfica winning as well as probably should be expected, and we qualify in second place. Not ideal. It's the second year running we've qualified as a second ranked team in the group. Let's have a quick look and see who we could potentially face. I don't know if all the groups are done. It does look like they are. Most of them are done. Just Group G and Group H to finish up. But Atletico Madrid winning Group B, excellent. Liverpool winning Group C, brilliant. Inter Milan beating Real Madrid. Chelsea are out in Group D. That is a tough group. We could face Man City. We can't face PSG, obviously, because they're French. And then in Group G, well, Milan are already through and they've already won the group. So we could play them. And Spurs have already won the group as well, actually. So some difficult teams. You'd think of all of those, Milan or Inter, probably the two Milan sides, probably the best prospects, but otherwise some pretty tough opponents for us potentially in the second round. So a chance against Troy for some of the players who don't necessarily get to play every week to impress. Obviously, many of them we're quite familiar with if you've been watching the series since the start. Some of them have been here for that length of time. But this is, of course, the third season. So one of the things that's been quite good this year is that for Champions League squad registration, a lot of players who we signed at the start of the save don't have to be registered because they've been here for 2 years. They qualify as under 21, which means that we got a lot of an easier time of it. And then at the end of this season, most of those players, Tonali, Maria, will qualify as club trained players because they'll have been here for 3 years, which is really, really useful in terms of Champions League squad registration going forwards. But one of the issues, obviously, is that we need to sort of keep everyone playing, keep everyone developing. So I don't think Tonali's necessarily developed as much as he would if he was starting every week. But he's still only 20 and he's still very, very solid and reliable for us. Attacking midfield is an issue in this area because we've got, obviously, we've been playing Golovin for the most part. We've got Boshelia as well, who I'm kind of looking to sell at some point. I renewed his contract, but I just didn't want to, because I didn't want to lose him on a free transfer, but I want to sell him if we can. Maria's kind of done all right, but Thiago Almada really hasn't developed. But with him, because he joined quite late because of his work permit issues, I don't want to. I think he needs to be loaned out, but I don't want to loan him out until he qualifies as club trained. Otherwise, it's kind of he's sort of less valuable to us in that way. In terms of younger players coming through, we've got quite a few on the bench. Gabels is the interesting one. He's in a similar situation. Gabels will qualify as club trained this summer, which is great. And I think I probably will loan him out because we've got other young strikers that could fill the role he plays in third choice. And I'd quite like him to just go and have first team football somewhere else. I don't think he's that good, particularly in this save, but he could be. His valuation isn't very good. I think he would really benefit from a season of first team football somewhere else, which we're not going to be able to give him because quite simply Pellegrini and Schick are just better than him. The other youth player that we have that is sort of having some sort of role in the first team is Hannoa Masanego. He's from our academy, so he is already completely club trained. But I think he's really, really good. I mean, we kind of have a little bit of an issue. We've got so many players that can play in the deep line playmaker role. He could easily slot into a more regular first team role. I'm going to probably sub him on in this one, but he's so solid, so well rounded. So a chance to impress with some of the younger players, some of the fringe players. Let's hope they take it. We have historically, when we've played a rotated side, ended up losing against weaker opposition. Not necessarily at home. We are at home for this one, so hopefully that should see them over the line. Well, the first highlight of the game has gone the way of Troy, and Mamana is sort of stuttering around a little bit, but it's come back in our favour. Pellegrini plays it across to Hendricks. Is he going to go for the shot? Yes, he is. Jorrit Hendricks picking a good time to bag his first goal for the club, absolutely smashing it home. That's why we bought him, because he's left-footed and more sort of defensively solid midfielder with considerably different hair colour to he has in his picture there. Great graphical representation, but a cracking strike from him, and we have the lead. I do have a knack for picking very, very actionless games. I mean, one great highlight, absolutely nothing else. Troy's have some bookings. Maria's picked up an injury just before half time, but nothing else doing, really. It is half time, and, well, extremely entertaining action for us here. Keep it up, please, but maybe try and be a little bit more interesting to watch, maybe. A great challenge by Tonali winning it back, and Pellegrini plays it through, and there's so many Troy players blocking our lines of passing. We need to be very, very precise here. Maria's got it. Hendricks to Henricks, and he goes to the shot over the bar. Not really necessarily the best use of that opportunity. Quite a few low ratings out there. Ronnie Lopez not having a great time. Maria, perhaps unsurprisingly because of his injury. Tonali as well. Clark, no one really massively excelling apart from Hendricks with the goal and Pellegrini with the assist. The defence is doing pretty solid. A free kick from Jeremy Pie, and well, Rue heads into the grateful hands of Rajkovic. Can we get ourselves a second to just make this considerably more comfortable? Badiashile finds Jack Clark running inside. Great chance from Clark, cutting in on his left as he does so often when he plays. Just wide this time. I'm going to bring on Thiago Almada. He's flattered to deceive quite a lot during his time here, but a chance for him with Maria not having his finest hour to impress in the last sort of 20 minutes here. Rajkovic looking to work another opportunity. Badiashile's had a lot of time on the ball here. Masaneko's come on. Great driving, purposeful run from him. He's been tackled, but it was a good run from him. And Gabel's has stolen in, and I said he wasn't necessarily as good as Pellegrini, as good as Schick, but he's got himself a goal there. He scored 5 goals for the under 23s, the reserves, so far this season, but he steals in, hits the post with the first one, but slots the second one home. And we have got ourselves a 2-goal cushion. Looks like 3 points coming our way, and a good impact from Gabel's from the bench there. Oh, a late strike. This must be the final highlight. And once again, we don't get ourselves a clean sheet. Jeremy Cordova with an absolute. I wasn't even talking about it because I just assume it's the final highlight. Game's over, but he's hit that through a crowd of players. Not necessarily the best keeping from Rajkovic there. Hopefully, it won't cost us because, well, referees in this league do seem to have an absurd amount of injury time on for some reason, especially when something happens in it. But there we go. We do get away with it. 2-1 win. We'll chalk that one up to a bit of a fluke. It was a bit of a fluke goal. I'm not going to read too much into that. I'm not going to tell them it was disappointing because they did actually play quite well. And they're not all regular starters. They're not all match fit. But a 2-1 win, very good. As you would expect against the 16th place side. That moves us into first position in the league by virtue of the fact that we are once again playing on the Friday and PSG are yet to play. You would expect that they would win their next match and would go back above us, but we are doing as best as we can to keep pace with them. So that is going to be the end of the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you do not miss the next episode, which will be quite a way in the future given the fact that the Champions League is now done. I'm going to go through the rest of December, probably sometime around January if we decide to buy anyone, if someone comes in. I don't know. We might come back in January around the PSG Saint Etienne kind of games. PSG in second, Saint Etienne in third, so that might be a good one to have a look at. Otherwise, we'll come back for the Champions League knockout stages. But whenever we do, I hope to see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.